Good morning, everyone. Daniel Miller here. How are you all doing? It's been a really good morning over here in London so far. Bites of sunshine and some cloud, a lot warmer than during the last couple of days, so altogether really nice and pleasant. And today we are going to be again engaging with our Destiny world through Hunter Human Male, played by DRBMiller. Yesterday we had a busy-ish community forum here in the afternoon session. Well, I should say early afternoon or early evening session. We had quite a few veterans coming back to us, saying hello, providing advice, and engaging with other friends who they haven't seen for a few weeks, as obviously I had my lengthy Christmas and New Year's break. The new season of Destiny 1 streams had started. On Saturday we already are into its 4th day, and altogether it is looking very bright, very enjoyable and highly entertaining as always. And yesterday I talked a bit about my immediate kind of future plans for the stream. I told you that we are going to be expanding somewhat. We are going to be continuing with Destiny being our major game, the backbone of the channel. That is Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. We still are to progress towards Destiny 2 Forsaken and Season of the Forge content. We are going to do that in due course, but presently Destiny 1 is attracting a lot more interest. We have a dedicated group of Destiny 1 followers, both the veterans and newbies alike. Lots of people who subscribe to Season Pass actually had come to Destiny 1 to discover what the original was like, and that altogether is both enriching and indeed very enjoyable for us to connect with. So the news really are that I will be expanding some of the games which I'll stream here on the DRB channel. As you know, originally I started the channel as an experiment, and I wanted to see how everything would kind of work out in due course. I have other channels dedicated to film and music industries. They are and have been running for up to 10 years, and indeed the video gaming channel was an addition to those projects. Fairly new, as you can see. But I have to admit, I've been really surprised by the quantity of participants and the people that would have come in. It really generated a greater, well, put this way, it generated community much faster than the other two portals. I think this is likely to do with the fact that video gaming is definitely on the rise, certainly very popular amongst all generations, and particularly so since they introduced cross-platform gameplay, so lots of games are accessible on Android, meaning tablets and phones, as well as on PC and consoles, altogether bringing those communities together. Some games literally are leading the way, like Fortnite for instance, and everyone who is on any platform can join in, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm really looking forward, literally, you know, to encounter other developers doing exactly the same thing. But would it not be beautiful if we had Destiny on every single platform, inclusive of Android and tablet? We could just then simply jump in wherever we are and indeed engage with gameplay and community membership. So I really look forward to that degree of development. It is all looking very bright. It's a tooth and nail battle in terms of inventions and new products, and I'm quite certain that in due course we'll have cross-platform on many popular games. Indeed, as we've seen, Fortnite is probably the most popular game on the planet at the moment. Everyone is doing it. I think about 25 million subscribers and game players daily, which is truly astonishing. And I'm not sure about the streamers, but lots of people streaming Fortnite as well. Coming back to the channel, Anthem is another big game coming out later this month for its beta testing, and then it is going to be released in February. I am going to be engaging with BioWare and Anthem as one of the major products of the year and of the decade, and indeed will be streaming Anthem here. I will be running a pledge campaign for the Anthem stream to be fully supported financially. I'm not going to be needing, obviously, a lot of revenue for that, but it is going to be appreciated literally for any shillings and pence that will be contributed. I will need to purchase the top edition and indeed connect with BioWare, and then we'll do maybe beta testing live and all the other niceties as the game progresses. I indeed want Anthem here on the DRB channel to be a bit like Destiny. As you know, Anthem is basically described by the critics and the industry insiders as Mass Effect meeting Destiny in terms of its open world, RPG and FPS gameplay. I've seen quite a lot of Anthem already through E3 introductions. They included some beautiful trailers and some 20-minute gameplay done by some of the team leaders. It looked really astonishing. Obviously this was still in development, but once you got into your Javelin suit, you were able to engage the enemies, you were able to travel, talk to characters, explore the world, and literally find out any kinds of niceties that BioWare prepared for us in that very, very distant planetary world. And I really want to enter that galaxy as soon as. Therefore, the pledge campaign will start within a day or two, and I hope you'll be able to raise the revenue, which will enable the streams from the word go, from the moment when we get the beta testing and all other niceties released through BioWare. I'm sure that our Destiny fans and followers will enjoy Anthem. We are hoping that there are going to be no glitches, which are present on some of the other big games like Fallout 76. You know that they really tried to cram in too many things too late and it really backfired. I'm quite certain BioWare are not going to make that mistake, because Fallout 76 anticipation was literally very, very high, and the problems that occurred during the first week were literally attacking the game popularity, and I'm very, very sad to see that. I love Fallout, I love the franchise, I love every single installment. It has huge potential. It has obviously massive big replayability character. You can always engage with that open world, discover something new, walk around, fight your way through, and build your own story around your own character, which is always fabulous. Anthem is looking exactly the same, and I've seen just now, I've received the news from videogamer.com 10 minutes ago, that Anthem is going to be having matchmaking for every single section of the gameplay. It means that whenever you jump in, you'll be able to get proper matchmaking, and indeed it is going to be tailored to the player's skill and level, meaning you're not going to be thrown in with some hardcore veterans if you are literally right at the beginning, but the game is going to select those who are on your level, which will make the gameplay much more enjoyable and indeed interesting for everyone involved. If you're streaming it, it is going to be then a pleasant viewing. You know that if you get people who are really serious veterans, not all of them, but you know, some people who are chasing certain scores, for anyone who's streaming the game, if you're doing a co-op with some of the guys, you'll find that they're racing because they know exactly where the target is, and therefore the gameplay on the screen is not following the action, and therefore it is, you know, it becomes a bit arduous for viewers to endure. So we are going to be doing Anthem. As said, I think the beta testing is going to be launched in about 2 weeks, and as I said, I'll be running a small pledge campaign to enable the Anthem streams here on DRBMiller channel. Get all the information here on Twitch and also on Twitter and Instagram, so watch this space. Hope you are going to be able to support me. It is going to be the first step of that sort on this channel. I'm quite curious to see how it is going to develop. I have to first of all say that I've been very encouraged and indeed elated by the number of donations that have taken place during the last 3 months. As you know, I have a donation page which is done through Streamlabs, and some of my most dedicated US viewers and indeed some of the UK viewers had contributed. They sent a small donation in order to support the channel and as a sign of appreciation for all the goodies that they received here. That included some of my introductions, but most importantly, all of those very wonderful, very engaging community interactions. Streaming and online gaming is all about connectivity and communication, and this channel has plenty of that, as you know. And when it gets busy with quite a few people coming in, we have some really, really interesting discussions. In fact, I'm planning to do also a multi-party stream here, so sometimes if I'm doing the stream and let's say some of the veterans or other community members want to join in and talk about other things, I'll create a party, I'll bring them in, they'll be talking together with me whilst playing the game. We'll enjoy some very interesting discussions. They do not have to be necessarily Destiny related, but it will make it a bit more interesting, you know, similar to a radio play. You get 4 or 5 people in discussing what they're viewing and talking about the current video gaming topics. We'll see. It is going to be one of those experiments, and we'll see how it all together pans out. Coming back to Anthem, the pledge campaign is going to be advertised on Twitch and Twitter, and you get also some info on Instagram, and you'll be able to obviously communicate through here. I'm hoping that everyone's excited about Anthem as much as myself. It is certainly a game of the decade, and it could be literally your industry breaker as well if everything works out according to plan. You remember when Mass Effect came out, there were lots of questions raised, but actually it became a legendary RPG and people loved it from the word go. The trilogy is one of the most outstanding achievements in video game industry. Andromeda, I guess, backfired a bit. People didn't like it as much, but still lots of potential in the game, particularly if there are more DLCs to come in, and we'll see how the franchise develops. But really, Anthem should be the merger of those two worlds, of the worlds created by both Bungie and BioWare. So a lot to look forward to, and indeed I'm very excited about the stream and the fact that we'll be able to participate in Anthem development. Literally, the Twitch channel was not, well, the Twitch streams were not as developed 5 years ago as they are today, and the capacity for generating community was somewhat smaller to what we have really in our day-to-day activities on Twitch nowadays. So principally, I'm very, very excited to be a part of that, and hopefully, I'm hoping that everybody is going to be enjoying both of our streams related to Destiny and Anthem. Right, so I've talked a bit about the news. I've not been running my daily video bulletins with gaming industry news. The reason for that is I'm kind of restructuring the format. It didn't seem to be launching properly here on Twitch, considering that for my other streams, excuse me, considering that for my other streams I get many viewers, so I have to work out the plan through which I'll be doing a video gaming industry news, either to podcast or PC or something. We'll have to work out a system through which people will be informed that the news bulletin is on. And indeed, if I'm streaming it through a channel which is game related, then it's not just generating the same kind of interest because people come to channels according to the taste and the game preference. So that is another section that I'm currently working on. A lot of admin literally on my desk at the moment, as you could see, but all looking very good. And all for the good cause at the end, which means interesting streams, a lot of community interaction and entertainment and enjoyment for us all. Right, so these were the news. As you know, today we are having a monumental day in the UK. Our eyes and ears are still peeled on what is going to be happening. Well, for every one of you who's not in the UK, you will know it's to do with Brexit. And we have a major big vote in the Parliament later on today, so my evening stream may well be very affected by that, or indeed I may not be streaming at all tonight. We all want to see what happens, and as you know, as they called it, it's the D-Day in politics of the United Kingdom, so we'll have to see what happens later in the day on that front as well, because as you know, lots of our abilities and capacities may well be affected with the result. So we are all hoping for everything to come out the very best for every one of our UK citizens, and indeed for our online entrepreneurship and the businesses overall. Right, so we are getting back to our character. He is Hunter, human male, DRBMiller, and as you could see, I just literally donned my perfect new outfit, which was acquired at the end of the last mission. I had very interesting missions yesterday. The big lengthy one was on Mars when I was hunting that Archon Priest. I couldn't find him, but thanks to my community members, Matthias and Captain Jack and Ibdo, I was able to, and Taco Inquisition in fact, I was able to reach the correct destination. Rubicon wastes are somewhat hidden behind the Rubicon base, and I couldn't really access them for quite a while. I kept literally flying around in circles and not discovering the exact territory that was required for this, but eventually I got there. And in fact, the Archon Priest was very easy to neutralize, but the most difficult part of it was to find him or to draw him out, and that was completed. And then we had several missions which were part of the House of Wolves, given to us by Varix and Petra, and I think we have another mission which is also allocated by them today. So let's crack on and find out what awaits us. Hunter, human male, DRBMiller. There we go, up in the orbit. First of all, we'll check our destination, and I will want to make sure that, you see, that's so annoying. Does anyone know as to why this game does this? I keep putting this on default, which says invitations only, right? want to see whether my settings have changed, but they shouldn't have been really. No. So for whatever reason it keeps giving me always the free access, and there is no free access to participation here as we are in a public broadcast, for God's sake. So obviously we want to have some planning behind the co-op and some structuring as well. So every single time I have to do that, which indeed is annoying, and there's no way around to that so far. Okay, so as you know, yesterday we had completed those missions given by Varix. We were given some significant rewards. One of them was a wonderful cloak, which I'm wearing at the moment. And then we got this Lost and Found mission from Petra. So the mission requires Hull Breach to be investigated, Hall of Souls to be investigated, and Mausoleum investigated. All of that is happening in the Dreadnought. So we need to be basically patrolling the Dreadnought and then searching ship by killing enemies in the Mausoleum, Hall of Souls and Hull Breach. We've done that already a couple of times with our Warlock character. I think the difficulty level may well be increased, and I quite look forward to that. You know, it's going to be similar to patrols, and there will be lots of enemies to be neutralized. So without further ado, as we are up in the air, we are going to proceed immediately. Dreadnought, Rings of Saturn, Patrol of Dreadnought, so that's what it is. Let's go, level 35 easy. No, there isn't any other difficulty level as expected. And I will continue with my gameplay standing as always. As you know, I am a great fan of healthy living, and I don't like being seated for too long. Playing games, particularly on your PC, can cause you a lot of backaches and neck aches if you're seated, particularly if you are sort of playing them over many hours. So I always do mine standing, and therefore I have no pains, and that's fantastic because, you know, when you play those active FPS games, you can hop around a bit and it makes a big difference, and your body posture could be also relaxed. So let's see.
Get moving. This place isn't going to explore itself.
So basically the mission is called Exploration, and we need to be investigating Hull Breach, Hall of Souls and Mausoleum. At the moment we are here located in Hull Breach, and we'll just carry on. So I'm just trying to think whether I could have done something else. Actually I could have collected some bounties, and I was a bit asleep and I've not done this. We do have space for 3 more bounties, so basically this is what we are going to do. We are going to be collecting bounties because evidently we need to be neutralizing many enemies, and then having bounties will give us some rewards. Remember that, it's very important. Something I keep forgetting, and you know, it's literally ridiculous that I do that. But we'll go back to, let's see, no, not there. Well, it looks like we still have somebody else in there who wants to talk to us, which is pretty good. I apologize for this delay. I just keep forgetting that at the beginning I need to collect my bounties every day, and that is really very, very important. One should not forget them. Once you collect the bounties and once you engage with serious action, bounties get completed and you get rewards. Rewards are contributing to your overall skill, reputation, and everything else, as far as the gameplay and your character are concerned. My new ship is doing rather well. Loving it so far. Very happy with it so far. As you can see, it looks menacing with that deadly green and orange. If we encounter any enemies up in the air, you know what's going to happen. Also, just to say that my stream is basically screened through about 20 different platforms, so for everyone who's watching it on Twitch elsewhere, I welcome you all Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for watching my broadcast. Thank you for being part of our community, which is so alive and vibrant. I'm very, very grateful for all of your participation at all times. Looks like the Tyra
lifted a great burden off my
is the person I need to speak to.
You seem like the type that demands answers.
Indeed, madam, I am that type, but this time I will have some entrance to the code.
I expect to be amending Iron Lord records for the next few weeks.
Well, I shall do my best, madam. I'm hoping to defeat the enemy and bring the victory to ours.
Lord Guardian, our work is not yet done.
Artifacts of the Iron Lords. Prove you're worthy to wield the Iron Lord's powers by performing noble deeds in the Plaguelands. Go to the Plaguelands and remind our enemies why they once feared the Iron Lords. You can see that this is quite a repetitive type of quest. We get it every week, at least once. And then if we are doing patrols, which obviously allocated per week, we are able to do those extra bits. In this case, they are, so you can see, the noble deeds, and we need to accept the quest.
Face your fears. As the
When we
Iron
go to the
Lords
Plaguelands, we'll be able to do that.
on, and I will provide you a taste of their power.
Thank you, madam. I shall go to the Plaguelands and defeat the enemy. No enemy soldiers will be left standing. Fear God, honor the king.
Go where we cannot.
Very quick recap on the kit. I actually sorted my kit at the end of our last mission. Coming back to my weaponry, my primary is an answering cord, and also I've been using Moss Area hand cannon, which has been very, very useful. But I also do have another hand cannon diamond out, also very, very effective, particularly good for precise kind of shots. You really have to aim carefully, but if you're going for headshots, it literally defeats any enemy with one shot alone, and that's very, very useful if you are facing the enemies that are not particularly fast. For the fast enemies, the weapon and answering cord is of greater assistance. So depending on what you're facing, remember that at all times, choose the weapon which is the most appropriate. And we need to go to our bounty tracker.
Is the Vanguard looking for fire teams? My schedule is clear tomorrow.
Yes.
And he is here. No, that's our postmaster, so that's not true. Got it wrong. Misha 9940 bounty tracker.
Hello, Guardian.
Hello, sir. I've come here to collect some bounties. Will you have something in stock for us? Void ability kills we're not using. Primary precision kills we are using. Vex Magus Ultras defeated, maybe.
I'd like to go with you, Guardian.
Taken defeated. And now we have no more space. Right, so that's plenty. There are some other bounties in there which will be useful as well, as you know. As you can see, we have plenty of bounties. It's always a good idea to have all of those. Artifacts of the Iron Lords is one of those. So as you can see, we have all of those bounties in here. They're quite a mixture, and indeed they're serving me really, really well. DGRE is here. Hello, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being part of our community. He's asking what platform are you streaming? It's done through Restream. Restream is a platform that does it automatically through many other platforms, you know, inclusive YouTube and Facebook and everything else. So it's done through Restream. But if you're wanting to support me, the best way of supporting is by joining Twitter and Twitch, Facebook, Instagram and YouTube, and then contributing with interesting comments and views, and indeed with the engagement, you know, whenever with our community members. That's the best of support. So the best of support will be happening directly through my stream here on Twitch, and everything else is literally just restreaming of whatever is happening on Twitch. So the support is both allocated and elevated here through Twitch streams, and then everyone else can see it on other platforms if they wish to. So that's the idea. Thank you for your offer in any case. Right, so we are now to go up in here we need to go to Dreadnought, and then we are to proceed. We are to neutralize some of the enemies and complete those wonderful, formidable tasks. Just bear with us a moment. I've noticed that one of my displays is presently not working as it should, and as you can see, I am triple checking my streams at all times. So there you go, all sorted, and we are now proceeding to Dreadnought, just like we've done early on. There we are, stand by, and then advance.
Let's get moving. This place isn't going to explore itself.
Was a bit slow there. Grenade will do them, I think. What's happening there? There's someone else who's quite eager to neutralize the enemies as much as myself. I see. So just by walking, we are completing the task, and that's pretty good. Not taken here at the moment, which is good. Should have said it sooner, shouldn't I? Armor materials sacklight, that's pretty good. Looks like it's a combination of enemies neutralized as well as exploration of the territory. Alright, thank you my friend for helping out there with that sword, but my knife, my flaming knife, and this automatic weapon really did the job, so that's pretty good. Happy. Look at that. Some beautiful sights. Enemies flying, being run up in the air, and obviously myself winning, which is always appreciated. Come on, up in the air. I missed it. Ah, no. Lack of concentration. Didn't see really what was coming from my 6, so there you go. But I need to get rid of that witch in there. Come on, hurry up. Oh, look at that witch in there. So far so good. Well, we are rocking and rolling by the looks of it. We got nothing better than good strategic co-op. There we go. And another one as well. Okay. Come on, up in the air. Up in the air. And you as well. And you. Ipto's here. Hello Ipto, how are you doing? Good to see you. I have lots of enemies attacking me here. Ipto, I was able to find that Archon Priest yesterday, and Taco Inquisition Captain Jack helped a bit with the actual location. I discovered Rubicon Wastes. They were apparently behind that Rubicon firebase, and they were semi-hidden in the corridor, sort of tunnel, which was right behind the base. And it did take me a little while to discover it, because as you know, I was just flying literally around the planet, couldn't find it. But after I resumed my broadcast yesterday, early in the evening, I managed to find Rubicon Wastes literally on the first go. And then I had to draw out that Archon Priest, and that was very difficult because there were lots of waves of enemies coming in, and then eventually I was able to draw him out, and he was not really hard to neutralize. It was more, the difficulty level was more to do with getting there and also drawing him out. That was the biggest problem. gonna be really tricky. Is he dead? I have no ammunition left. Well, that's absolutely ridiculous. What was I doing? Ipto says, I'm good, how are you? I'm splendid. I had a really, really good morning. And, you know, it's been a really good day so far. Really good dinner yesterday as well, which was pretty good. Went swimming and then I resumed with my broadcast. And all of that was really great. And you know what? I can recommend you a terrific adventure game, which I finished last night. This was after my stream. Beyond Two Souls. Remember that? Beyond Two Souls. Quantic Dream Adventure. Really, really good game. I loved it. Lots of people complained about really very silly kind of poor quality ending, but I'm not sure what that was about because the ending I got was very good. It may be that the ending was dependent on the choices early in the game. It just seemed like it's just the resolve, the actual explanation as to what was happening was a bit funny and perhaps less clear to what one would have expected. But I thought it was a really interesting mixture of adventure game that literally kind of was spread out across various genres. You had a bit of a military style game in some of the episodes, then you had proper kind of supernatural element, then you had proper puzzle. Everything is in it. So maybe a very ambitious project, but really enjoyable, beautiful graphics, and very well executed. And also it has the replayability element, because when you go back, you replay the story, you basically pursue the character from a different character viewpoint. So initially you want the character to be kind of meek and quiet and accepting. Next time you play, you can be like angry and aggressive, and the third time you can be just somewhere in between. So every time the choice of your character traits will define the outcome, and that's great. You know, also have a choice in reviving certain characters, and you have to be quite skilled in some of the shooting sequences. You have to be, it's more of a stealth element rather than shooting, similar to Splinter Cell, the original, in the combat sequences. So, you know, really, really good. Lots of people complain about controls, which are sometimes a bit tricky with Quantic Dream games. But once you play one of those games and master controls, then, you know, it's all nice and easy. I thought the controls were not responding too well with the lead character's movement when you had to fight, because it tells you that you need to be using your, you know, R3 and L3 buttons in order to kind of follow the movements of the lead character. But, you know, when she's about to hit somebody, basically the kind of non-lethal weapon combat. And I didn't master that throughout the game. And the game is quite lengthy. I played it literally throughout the entire Christmas period. There's lots of difficult, tricky bits where you have to be kind of finding certain elements, you know, within the story with that Aiden character, who is the other supernatural part of Jodie. Jodie is the lead, and it takes a bit of time to practice that. So absolutely thumbs up, highly recommend it. It is on PlayStation Now services, so for anybody who's subscribed, you can access it immediately by doing the streams on PS Now, or you can download it and then obviously play it off your console. Ipto says somebody is inviting. I guess Ipto says I've got to go. So, well, thank you very much for coming and for joining my broadcast. And indeed, I hope to see you later on. As said, there may not be a stream tonight, and that is to do with the D-Day of British politics, which obviously I will be very closely following. Where's he gone now when I've got my golden gun? Look at this. Ipto is our community member from Norway, and Ipto has followed my channel literally from the day one, so very, very grateful for Ipto's participation from the beginning. Ipto, if you have Twitter profile or Facebook, then post it here, and then other community members can get hold of you and, you know, discuss different things when the channel is offline. That's actually quite good because there are lots of enemies coming in at all times. You know, it's annoying. I pull out my golden gun and then the other guy in there kills all the enemies. Therefore I waste my super. Well, never mind this, I wasn't killed. So, how far did we get? Hull breach investigated. Is it hull breach? Okay, maybe we need to go further in. Yeah. Wait a minute, is that? No, it's not. I thought it was a chest. But actually, it was not. Let's see what the weather's like out here. It was sort of bright sunshine early on, but I think it's sort of clouded over a bit. Looks like rain again. And you know what? We've heard that a very cold spell from Europe is coming our way. And some polar air is going to be infesting our shores. They said maybe in some areas of the country even -17. Well, I certainly hope that this is not going to be the case in where I live, which is very unlikely considering I live down south. Mr. Blobby has gone. Who remembers Mr. Blobby? Mr. Blobby, Mr. Blobby. But those guys there remind me of Mr. Blobby. Still no advancement. Why? This is pretty good because of so many enemies coming in, and when you're properly leveled up with good weapons, then, you know, it becomes enjoyable. But otherwise, if you come in here and you're underpowered, it's like literally a very, very nasty day out. $20 of 50. Hull breach investigator. So what do I need to do to raise? No wonder. Lots of people ask me, what do you do when you get up? And the answer is simple. I exercise. That's the first thing I do. I drink my hot drink, which is usually Horlicks or a mixture of grapefruit juice with lemon and honey. So this is instead of coffee. And after that I exercise, and after that I have a shower and shave. Then I'm ready for action. Every day it's the same drill, but you know what's very important when you wake up? To be literally fully awake and exercising and adhering to a healthy lifestyle absolutely helps. Because unlike some people kind of wake up and feel right sort of bright and alert, I'm not like that. I wake up and then I feel really groggy, regardless of the fact whether I slept long or not. And therefore I need to do that every single day. But you know what? After you exercise for about half hour, you really, really feel bright. Sparkles come out of you. You can do whatever you like. And when broadcasting, you literally have to be able to focus, you know, on your thoughts. Otherwise, you garble your words, and that is no fun at all. Here we go. I got him. Yes, please. We want another one like that. Still 2050. Well, where do I need to go? Maybe not inside the base. Maybe I need to get out. Not maybe, it's almost certain I need to get out. Come on, hurry up. What are you doing? More armor materials. It all looks the same, doesn't it? But actually, it's not the same. There. This is where we want to go. This is the area which has been left alone. This whole bridge as well? Must be. Yet again, looks like a long grind, my friends. Destiny gives us all these challenges and sometimes they take a little while to complete. Mausoleum. I don't want to go to Mausoleum at the moment. I want to complete my whole breach. Boo. Oh, look at them there. So good to see my sniper in fierce action. Nicely lined up in there, hey? Oh, he's standing still. Guess I'm skewed. What else? No, the witch. Oh no, didn't see it. Where was I? Okay, that's good. Indeed, that was really... It's quite a good decision to go this way. The Forex is the other way. Look at that. Boom. An answering code is a mighty weapon, has to be said. It works really well. You know what, I fancy maybe a trial with my handgun as well. Done and doubt. This one is 348, this one is, what is it, Moss area. Okay. Just a bit of target practice. Okay, look at that. Apart from being quite good and precise, also it has this awesome sound. You really feel like you are firing from a Colt. I need to flee. DJ Ori is asking me, do you ever PvP? The answer is no, I don't. Presently I'm not running any Crucible, so we had some classes earlier last year, but I'm not really as yet equipped with the best kit. And I want to be absolutely the tops before engaging, and that is on all three characters. You know, 440 on all three characters, then we'll do PvP. The reason's simple, the other guys have top-notch weapons, and if you come in and you're underpowered, you're yesterday's news in seconds. So, that's the reason. Alright, are we 37? Okay, not bad, not bad. Quicker than expected, in fact. Moss area is rocking. My veteran friends from the US always love to see me using Moss area because of its sound. And they kind of said, well, why aren't you using any hand cannons whilst you're playing Warlock? The answer was, well, it didn't work too well for me. Automatic weapons work better on my Warlock. But on my Hunter, hand cannons are just a beaut, and therefore I use them all the time. In fact, I was using that automatic weapon during the last couple of days, and that's because I was testing it after infusing it with another, and that worked really well. So, happy! Look at that. It's like 8 shots from this distance. All these precise headshots, that's awesome. Moss area is doing the job for sure. 3750. We need to go up this way, I think. We haven't gone... Wormspore. We haven't gone down this way. So the idea is you explore the territories and you go bit by bit, and you know, the usual. The usual. Where are the enemies? Enemy seen! 12 o'clock! Look at this. Goodbye, and goodbye again. The idea is when you know they're shielded, you aim to the area where, like his gun, you see, and then 2 shots. He drops a shield and then a headshot, and then that's it. Worm spore. Spin metal I lacked. DJ Aurea says, not necessarily true, you don't need to have good tier weapons to do well in Crucible, although it helps. What you need the most is strategy. Oh, look at that! There's this thing. But not this time. Any worm spawn? No. 37 still, right, so it's probably the other section that we haven't gone to. We'll see. Yeah, that's correct, and there is a chest in here. Worms Ringer Room, which I don't have, right, so I can't open the chest. That's disappointing. Another chest. Collect wood. Cadian Flake. Plus Key of Yaw. No, I don't have that key, my friend, so therefore I can't open it. Yeah, Key of Yaw. These are the bits. Did I do that well? No, didn't register. Hey, what's that? Didn't register. Boom! Boom! And that's a goodbye. Wait a minute, what am I doing? Where am I going? DJ Oreo is offering to train me for PvP. Well, thank you for your offer, but at the moment I'm not doing any training on PvP. I'll keep you in mind should the need arise. I'm not playing Crucible at the moment. The streams are focused on story missions, strikes, raids, and all the other niceties on the character build-up. The competitive element is purposely not engaged with. The reason for that is this is a family-friendly channel, and in competitive forums there are lots of swear words, and you know. And at the moment we are focusing on the beginners learning how to play Destiny, because you know what? Destiny did not have a proper in-game guide and tutorial, and a lot of people struggled initially, certainly for a few months before they really mastered the tricks. And I was so fortunate and blessed to be having so many Destiny veterans here, literally from the word go, and they helped me. You know, I literally learned in a week what otherwise people would have learned in maybe half a year or a couple of years. Particularly some of the advanced tricks, and I'm very grateful to everyone for that. You know, all the veterans. That killed me now. Online gaming is all about communication and interactivity, and you know, connectivity as well, so that's altogether fundamental to any kind of progress. And when you have veterans watching, providing you with the tips, you learn as you go along, and you learn really fast. In fact, I had quite a few people coming in saying, well, thank you for everything you've done here on the channel, because we are watching some of your broadcasts on YouTube, and we're using them as walkthroughs. And really, the walkthroughs are less to do with myself, but more to do with my community members, you know, because some of the veterans were full of advice on what one can be doing, providing me with different options, and that's been very, very greatly appreciated by other viewers worldwide. So that's absolutely wonderful. Now look at it. Destiny is a complicated game. In fact, it looks like an FPS, but you know, to learn how to use everything you get there on inventory, how to use weapons, how to collect various bits of kit, does take a bit of time, practice and skill, and does need a lot of knowledge. And also there are some sections which are very hard to complete. Like for instance, I'll tell you, how to collect calcified fragments. You know, that's very difficult. I was having a tutorial provided by Matthias from the US, one of our community members, and he basically told me exactly what these calcified fragments were. But without his assistance, in 1 million years, I would have not been able to find them. Particularly those that are sort of semi-hidden underneath of kinds of big boxes and in very remote areas. Well, just as a tip, anybody who's collecting the calcified fragments, basically jump on those tent style sections in the reef, because they are being left there. Every one of those tents has one calcified fragment on the roof, well, on the top really, so it's definitely worth keeping in mind. It's a really good tip. Oh yeah, completed. Okay, now we can go to Mausoleum, so that's cool. I was happy. He was gonna axe me, and therefore he basically faced an untimely end. Ah, worm spore, worm spore, worm spore, worm spore. Primary precision completed. Well, that's awesome, but I want to go to the mausoleum, so hang on. Let's just get smart. Let's orientate ourselves. Let's see where we are. The mausoleum is here to the left. Before that, I'll engage with all these enemies once more. Ah, just jumped. I hate it when I lose that last golden gun bullet. My friend in there is enjoying this, and he's just devastating the enemy. But you know what, I need to do a couple of things now before I proceed to the mausoleum. So I'll just evade the enemy first, and then we'll hide there for a minute. quickly have a look. Actually, there's also a transfer fragment in there as well, there, for anybody who's interested. And thanks to Matthias, I was able, and to Sniper King, I was able to find quite a few of those calcified fragments, so that was pretty good. Just bear with me, I need to double check some of the messages that have come in. We have some new members, and I'll tell you exactly who they are. We have some new followers on Twitch, and that will be, let's see, DJ Oreo is following us now on Twitch. Well, thank you for that, sir. Thank you for following us, really appreciate it. Seppi Z, Cart Toxic, Alison Priscil, Please Jiffy X. So these are the new followers. Well, thank you guys for following me on Twitch, really appreciate it. Let's see who we've got on Instagram. There are also some new followers I've seen early on. We have Xviz Gaming, we have Your Game Cave, we have Katrioka, we have Specialist Promoters. Lots of people keep coming, so that's wonderful. But thank you guys for following me on Instagram as well, and for connecting through various platforms. It's really appreciated. Really, really thank you for that. And we have oh no, I've seen that. Just bear with us a second. Yeah, so that's about it. Oh, who's this? Awesome. And yeah, so what I wanted to do was I just want to double check something on my Twitch as well. And just bear with us. I apologize for a lengthy wait. Okay, seen all, so that's all good. Well, thank you for your follow on Twitch and on Instagram. I have to drink a bit of my tomato juice now. I'm getting a bit hazy after all these firefights. It's the best, really. 100% pressed tomato juice is always refreshing. It's very good for your digestion. It's very good for your vitamin concentration in bloodstream. It's very good for your alertness and awakeness. Generally very good for you. And also you can make nice fruit and vegetable juices in your blender, which really helps. Doesn't cost much. Costs a lot less than those juices you buy in your Tesco's and Sainsbury's, or if you're worldwide in your supermarkets. Also, you know, the big places really. Go to your local market, not the supermarket, and then buy some vegetables, throw them in your blender, press them, and after that you can sweeten them with honey and drink them at will. Matthias is here. Hello Matthias, how are you doing? Good morning it is. It's good afternoon over here in Britain, but I think it's quite early in the US. Thank you so much for coming, and obviously I can report that Archon Priest was killed yesterday as I resumed with my early evening stream. I got him straight away, because obviously I followed your instructions and I was able to find that Rubicon Waste facility. But actually, Rubicon Waste facility is pretty well hidden behind Rubicon Base, and I didn't find it immediately. Matthias says it's just before 7 AM over here. Well, an early riser, right? You have to go to work or so. And I'm just really excited to see that there are quite a few of both, you know, Twitch streamer veterans and Destiny veterans literally waking up and then having a look on whatever's going on Twitch. There's several. I mean, you're obviously one of them, but I did have other calls coming from other members worldwide. Sekapupu does that as well when he wakes up. He's the veteran from Finland. And Matthias says, I'm off today actually. Well, terrific. That is great to hear. So there's going to be no need to commute or go to work, which obviously is going to be beneficial. You can relax and rest today. With me, I've had plenty of rest during my break, and I'm literally rocking and rolling at the moment in everything I do. Did I get him? Hopefully I did. Yeah, coming back to the Archon Priest, it was more difficult to find the location and to draw him out than just to neutralize the priest. Because when I got to that valley, and you know, it did take a little while before he emerged from that ship. There were several waves of enemies that had to be neutralized before him. But the trickiest part for me in that mission was simply finding the exact location. And that Rubicon Waste is actually separated from Rubicon Firebase by this massive big wall. And then you get this like massive big gates to enter there. So I managed to do that, but it did take a bit of time. Okay, Mausoleum, we have just one in there. Matthias asks, so what's on the agenda for today? Well, to be honest with you, sir, today I'm going to have a shorter stream because, as you probably know, we are facing our D-Day in politics in the UK, and I will be obviously watching all of those things as they unravel as from 1700 hours today. So I don't think there will be an evening stream tonight for that reason. So whatever happens is going to have a major impact on our economy and everything we do, and therefore I'm obviously following that very, very closely. The entire discussion had already started, but the voids are to take place after 6 o'clock, and obviously all of us are going to be glued to the screen to find out whatever the outcome is going to be. So as it goes, during this broadcast we are simply going to be finishing this mission, which is Scar the Dreadnought, and that is basically investigating various areas of Mausoleum, Hull Breach and Hall of Souls. So that's the plan for today, at least for this section. We'll have to see what happens with the void. It may be that I'll stream later in the evening, but I think it's very unlikely, considering that whatever the outcome is, we are going to have you know, a lot of feedback and a lot of analysis and all of that, and I indeed will be following that very, very closely. Sorted. Okay, we're progressing. Mausoleum, fair enough. Literally just have to walk around and then find different pockets that require exploration. And if I'm not mistaken, that is exactly where I'm going. It's a little bit harder to kill, there's no lie. Sniper got me while I was asleep. I was asleep. Just want to ask Matthias, are you also excited about Anthem? I think we talked about that in December. I'll be running a small pledge campaign to get the very best edition, you know, the initial one of Anthem, in order to enable the stream here as well. And I think, considering they said Anthem is going to be like Mass Effect meeting Destiny, it might be a good idea to be literally jumping in with both feet from the beta testing period onwards. So we'll have the same sort of thing to what some of our veterans indeed had with Destiny 1, beta testing and then the gameplay. The only thing is that obviously I'll be doing that through public broadcast, so any form of evolution, be it learning the skill, getting the knowledge, progressing forward, will be documented. I think that's going to be quite good. I think Anthem is likely to be one of those legendary games, and the latest I've seen from BioWare has been very, very exciting and indeed very formidable. Better than what we've seen initially during the E3 screenings of 20-minute gameplay. And also I've heard today from I think it was on Eurogamer and on videogamer.com that Anthem is going to have a full matchmaking for every single section of the game, meaning that any time you get in, you'll have the facility to which you'll be matched appropriately. So, you know, depending on the skill level and everything else. And it shouldn't be too difficult because obviously Anthem's going to be a new game, but that's pretty good. And also it's going to be co-op literally throughout from the word go. Obviously depending on choice, because some people can play everything by themselves. But I just enjoy co-op so much. After you've gone to the game once, you know, after you know everything, then, or not everything, but you know quite a few things, then it gets really buzzy and community friendly and very interactive. I certainly have to say that I absolutely love my co-op here in Destiny, and if it's going to be as half as good with Anthem, then I'll be literally very, very happy indeed. Matthias says, I am, but still wary because it's an EA game. It's true, it's, you know, it's a bit like what happened during the last week. We had this sort of friendly and amicable divorce between Activision and Bungie. And one really wonders whether this was all to do with, well, the rumours which were kind of initiated with Activision telling the world that Destiny 2 wasn't selling too well. And Destiny 2 Forsaken was having like a frosty reception. We'll have definitely very exciting times ahead. Well, you know, some of these companies try different things, and then if things don't work out, then there is obviously the alternative, but it isn't always amicable. And that depends on the product and indeed on the company. Well, this guy in there is very, very powerful. And he is no more. Matthias, have you played The Division? Are you also excited about The Division 2? It's going to be coming out shortly as well. Matthias is asking, did you know that there are multiple secret boss fights on the Dreadnought? In fact, I was told that, I think by Sniper King, and I think also by Captain Jack and Taco Inquisition. But when playing co-op with them, I think I engaged with some of them. But overall, I've not played those secret bosses, you know? I don't think I did. But that's what's brilliant about Destiny. When you revisit and you play it on a, you know, different difficulty level, there's always a surprise. And that is what makes it so replayable. I mean, you know, obviously been playing Destiny now for about, what, 4.5 months? 4 months? Of the actual gameplay. I engaged with Destiny, I think, in August, so that would have been like 5-6 months in total, but the actual gameplay is about 4 months. And I always find it very, very interesting. And you know what? The reason it's so interesting is actually twofold. One is the game itself, and the other is my community. You know, it's so interesting to talk to people every single day and learn. You know, it's like in life, it's a learning curve. And that's terrific. Matthias says, I did play The Division at release and I honestly became bored of it. Really? What bored you? I actually played it a bit, just initial stages recently, and I loved it. And I was particularly excited to see the gameplay, the screen during the E3. I thought it was amazing. Yeah, but we'll have to see how it really works out at the end, once the final product is out. Did you find it repetitive? You know, what was the boredom element in the game? Ipto told me yesterday about the gameplay on, what was it, Rainbow Six. But he says the scenery all looked the same, and in order to get better stuff they had us replaying old missions multiple times. I get it. And particularly if the missions are exactly the same, that is of concern. When you play these missions in Destiny, they're rarely the same. There's always something, they're always tweaked a bit, and I think this makes a big difference. It says I was already grinding Destiny and I did not have an interest in grinding another. Absolutely. I think this is exactly what I kind of like when combining the games, because one might be a long grind and the other will be dynamic. In fact, I had set up a different kind of gameplay plan recently. I'll tell you what that is in a minute. Let me just get through this first. Look at that, they're really energetic in trying to kill me, and they're succeeding. So where is he? I can hear him. No, he's down there. There. Resolved. But he needs to be resolved as well, right? Why is that? I can't see him. Yeah, just I'll comment in a moment. I just need to really get rid of these guys because I'm being killed from everywhere. Matthias is asking me, do you want me to show you 2 of the recent fights? Absolutely. Just bear with me a second. At the moment I want to really deal with these guys and then I'll bring you in. Oh, look at that. I don't know what's going on. Where's Gunner? Okay. 4. Well. Just a minute. What is this? This is like a small shelter. Okay. Radiant Lake. Alright, so I think Matthias wants to come in. And I'll bring you in. I just have to go to the toilet and then I'll invite you. So just bear with us a second. Let me just see. MSDJ R2, that is yourself, of course. And invite to fire team. There we are. Inviting you. Matthias, I'm inviting you to the fire team, and also what I'll do is I will add you to the party. Creating a party, sent you another party invitation, so you'll be able to engage with the party. Excellent, we've got everything here, so just bear with us. I need to go to the loo, and then as soon as I get back we are going to be able to crack on. So I'll be back literally in 30 seconds.
Alright.
Hello Matthias, I'm back.
Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
It's alright, how about with you?
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, it's been a good day so far, can't complain. It's been really bright sunshine early in the day, but clouded over. I guess in sync with our politics of the day. Everything's clouding over as we're progressing towards 5 or 6 o'clock, so you know. One of those things. D-Day in British politics is today, so a lot to okay, how do I put it? Well, we have to keep our eyes on everything, you know, in order to find out what is happening next, because it's going to be affecting every single person.
Yeah.
And
I understand that.
I think today my evening stream may well be affected by that, meaning that I might not be streaming. We'll have to see. It depends all on the vote, you know, what happens and how it happens and what the outcome is and what the feedback is and all of that. So anyway, let's have a look at the game. I can see you over there, and I'm basically doing this basic quest, which is exploring the area and then, you know, chasing the score. So presently we are in Mausoleum. And let's see, I did see a moment ago. Oh, I got him. That's good. So I guess we can just have a look at those secret hideouts and where those secret bosses are going to be.
Oh, okay. One of them we have to go in the ship here.
Okay.
Also, that little taken thing that you just activated, once a week you can activate that for a charge on what's known as the Argonaut rune. You kill the taken enemies, and the final guy... Oh, there's another Colossus here.
Yeah.
He dies, there we go.
Yeah, got me. I was not really paying attention. So yeah, you said something about... I didn't quite follow you. There's something to do with Taken?
So there's Taken enemies that are over here.
Yeah.
You kill them, and that will spawn another wave. You keep killing the waves. I think there's 3 waves, and the 4th one's the final boss fight. It's a small mini boss, but it's not one I'm considering. It's part of the charge to a special rune known as the Argonaut rune. Should be in your inventory, I believe.
Yep, we'll have a look.
Here's
I'll just hide for a minute because these enemies are relentless. They keep coming from all ends. Let's have a look. The inventory. We have relic iron, silver fragments, passage coin, spirit blue, might of flight, stolen rune I've got, and strange coin.
It's on the right side, and your consumables should be the top left item on the consumables.
Oh, Agonarch rune.
How many charges do you have on that?
Let's have a look. 4.
4? Okay. Well, once a week you can come here and charge it.
Yeah, hunt down the hidden Taken threats. Yeah, Agonarch rune. That's the one. You know what's funny? Some people got back to me during Christmas break and they said they were watching some of our streams on, through the YouTube archive, and they're using them as walkthrough because there are lots of these bits that they couldn't really learn from anywhere. The more advanced kind of tips on what to do with certain items and where to find them. I was just saying early on, you probably heard about the calcified fragments, and Boyd yourself and Sniper King provided me with some advice and guidance on that, and a lot of people really, obviously they can go to some walkthroughs, but it's much more interesting when you get something in live stream. You can see exactly how it's done, and I don't really understand why they've done it, because you get some other games, so how could somebody...
Yeah, Destiny's all about exploration.
Yeah,
that's their main thing. So if you find something in game and you're confused about it, you can go explore, and they have the community come together to find out how to do these kind of things.
Yeah. I think
now, while he's still here, there's a Taken Knight back here at Yellow Bar. If you can kill him yourself, it'll give you the charge. I left him pretty low for you. I'm going to try and clear out everything else around him.
Oh, you up there? Yeah. Yeah, I can see it. Is that Taken...
yep.
Up there, yeah. Okay. Wait a minute.
I want to make sure you kill him and not me.
Yeah. Just have to find out where you are, though. I did see you, though, but... Oh, you're further up there. Yeah, I'm racing.
Okay. These Cabal are relentless, Jesus. Oh.
Look at that.
Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. Bye-bye. He's on the right side right now.
Is he?
Yeah, I'll take care of the... I'll get you up. So I'll take care of the Cabal. You just need to kill that Taken Knight.
Oh, okay.
There you go. He's on... Yeah. Oh, never mind. The Cabal guy just smashed him into the wall and killed him.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if it'll count for you, though. Did you get a... You'll have to check when we're safe. If you got a 5 or not.
Yes, they're coming in very large numbers. Well, they're quite fast as well. Well, never mind. Is he gonna come up again, or can we draw him out, or do we just forget it?
You can do it in another area too.
I see.
Anywhere on the Dreadnought, they have those things. All right, let's see if we can get through here then.
Okay.
Because one of the secret bosses is this way. I'll try and cover you.
Loads of enemies in here, and they're rather fast.
I think they're warring right now at the moment. That's why we have constant streams of Cabal and Hive. Because Hive normally don't spawn up this high. They spawn a little lower.
That what makes it actually quite exciting and replayable, when you have lots of those. And I've done that yesterday during the other mission when I was hunting that Arkham Priest, and I quite enjoyed it. Some of the patrols can be pedestrian if they're not really run on this sort of more advanced level. And,
yeah.
It's a long grind as well sometimes. But,
Yeah, well, be glad that there's a way to actually do this kind of stuff now. Before, it was either you ran it with your friends and you just kind of used to have to grind materials. Either with, oh, there we go. Weekends and retreats. They're going to stop coming now.
okay.
You used to have to run with a friend. Basically, we just kind of, you know, talk about stuff and hang out and do our own thing while we were trying to wait for us to collect enough materials to continue on and level things up. So
That's all been
now
fixed, I
you
think,
can
in the
actually-
recent years, right? Or recent months, in fact.
yeah, you're able to purchase items from different vendors now. So
That's much better. What we said earlier about the community input, that's very, very important because, you know, in the games like Elder Scrolls, you have a lot of tutorials, but in here, you have to be relying on both your multiplayer and your community. So obviously, greater the community with high quality players, better the advice, and, you know, one just races through everything, which is what I've had, and I'm very, very fortunate. I have to say, I'm very, very grateful to everyone. I literally learned...
Is this whole area cleared out already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright, well then all I need to do is show you, I mean, there's a way to glitch in here, but I'm going to show you the proper way to do it.
Okay.
So come on with me.
Yep.
There's a console that's right over here in the corner. We need to activate it at the same time in order to open the side door.
This one.
So I'm going to go to the second one, or if you want me to show you where the second one is, and then I'll come back to this one.
No, it's
whichever.
fine. Do we activate both of those at the same time, or do we...
Yes.
Okay, so...
Yeah, I just need to go to the other one then.
That's right. The only... I see. Does it have to be done within the same second?
Within the same 2 seconds, yeah.
Okay, just the reason I'm asking is that sometimes there's a Twitch delay, you know? So
Well, Twitch delay is one thing. I can actually hear you live via the party.
yeah, that's true.
So it's not going to be the delay there. So I'll let you count it down because I'm at the other console now.
You are? Okay,
Yes.
we'll say 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, mine's deployed.
Yeah, we got it?
Yep. Okay, come on out in the middle door. Like I said, there is a way to glitch into here, but let's just show you the regular way how to do it. Come on up.
Cool.
I'm actually going to pop a 3 coin because this boss counts for that. Alright, I don't have any 3 coin on this character. Okay, never mind. In we go.
Following.
Now this is a spot I'm sure you've been to many times via strikes and missions and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you come in here and patrol, there's a special boss that's waiting for you over here.
So the trick is to be activating both of those computers at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's obviously possible to do it just in co-op.
And there he is.
Where is it? Down there? Is that him?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. How strong is he?
Ultra Knight. You tell me.
Yeah, he's resisting my golden gun a bit.
I'd say that's pretty strong. He doesn't resist this that much, so... I'll let you get the final shot, because he's one shot now.
Yeah, I got him. There's a witch in there as well.
They die as soon as he dies.
Ah, they're all gone, yeah. Okay, let me just have a look at the score in there. 11 of 50 in Mausoleum.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure.
If you've never killed him, you'll end up getting a emblem for it.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Called Silent Scream. And I believe there's a calcified fragment in here somewhere.
Is there? Let me just have a look at the
Yeah.
emblems. Have a look at the emblems first. I'm just quite curious to see whether... Silent Scream, Silent Scream, yeah, I did get it. I did get it before.
Okay.
So I would have...
So you've done this one
encountered that
before.
enemy. Yeah, but let me just have a look. It might have not been on this character. Yeah, there is, yeah. Silent Scream emblem. I've got it here. Yeah, yeah.
The calcified fragment, I believe, is in this section over here somewhere.
Let me see. Let me see where you are. Oh yeah, then. They're very hard to find. How on earth can one find those calcified fragments by himself?
Well, you learn where they are, and you end up just grabbing them. You know.
Yeah, but
You'll see
how
it
do
in
you
here
how do
somewhere.
you learn? How do you learn? I mean, you learn from the community, right? Rather than just
Yeah, everyone finds them and lists where they are and all. If
Yeah.
you don't, most likely you probably grabbed it if you already had silent screen, because it's in here. It's in this rubble somewhere.
Is it?
You'll notice it shining.
Doesn't
But
have
if
to
you
be.
don't see it there, then you probably already grabbed it.
No, I don't. I don't really think that I was looking for a calcified fragment here, unless we've done it last time. You remember when we were doing it? Possible.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, we might have done that last time.
It's
'cause we
possible
did,
that we've done it here because we've gone through the tunnels and corridors underneath, and we were looking
you're
for a
right.
few. So it's possible. It's possible that we picked
Okay.
it up. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, that's one of the bosses. Another one I can show you is actually one that not too many people know about, only because it requires a very specific timing in order to open the door.
All right.
And that's going to be in the thoughts area, I believe. We can get there from the mausoleum.
Dentalian Exodus 6. Right, so where have you gone? I suddenly couldn't see you. Oh, you're there.
I'm waiting
Yeah,
for you.
okay. Yeah, no, I got
I'm
it.
shiny, so I'm easy to find.
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to head back out the way we came in. I'm on my Titan today. Normally I'm on my Hunter when I'm chill.
Yeah, I noticed.
Decided to mix it up.
It's always a good idea to be trying out different characters. We got everything kind of leveled up to the max.
Yeah, I do. So.
It's always the best. Yeah.
Let's see if I can clear the entryway here for you. You don't have to worry about... No, there's not much here.
You know, the trick is, I don't like racing too much because I have to press my L3 button deep. And then if I do that for a little while, I get like neck pains and everything. So that's the reason
Really?
I'm not... Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously I'm racing when it's necessary, but otherwise, you know, when I like literally exploring, going around. I wish they would have done it a bit differently with those controls, because with some of the games you race when you just literally press it lightly down, but in this instance you've got to be pressing it hard. And
You just have to press it consistently.
yeah.
So whether that means hard or not. I actually have little things added to my controllers, little thumbstick things that makes it easier to press that kind of stuff.
Really? Maybe it's down to the controller as well. I mean, you know, the controller I have is, or was, brand new, so there aren't any hiccups with it. But it just seems to, because I've played some other games where you literally, you don't have to press it hard, you know? You just put it forward and then the character's racing. I think it's like that.
Knight again if you want to kill him.
Yeah?
Yeah. Is he dead already? Never mind.
He's dead already,
Someone
yeah.
killed him already.
Did you kill him?
Did it count for you?
No, the other
hopefully?
guy.
No,
The
I
other-
didn't throw the grenade.
No, the other guy I think killed him, the one who was down the left flank. Or was it yourself?
Well, I hope it counted for you at least.
I'm not sure. 2350, we'll go.
Should be a 5 then, instead of 4.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me see. That's always the best. No, you didn't count. 4 out of 7.
You might have already done one this week then? I don't know. Because it's reset today, so...
It's possible. Because, you know, I was grinding yesterday for quite a bit. And it's possible that... but did that taken have to be in this area, in Mausoleum, or anywhere around Dreadnought?
No, it could have been anywhere, as long... It could have been anywhere on the Dreadnought. There's different bosses, but they all count for the same one per week.
I see.
Alright, well, come on down, because I gotta show you the other one. I'm trying to clear out these guys in your way here.
Yeah. And then that is somebody else.
Yes, I'm over towards the left side. Nope, you're going up towards the ship again.
Yeah, you're the other way. No, I just sort of tackling those beasts in there attacking me, so that's the reason. But I can see it now, so I'm coming away. And there we are.
Alrighty, so let's continue on. Through here. There's multiple calcite fragments in here too, if you don't have them yet.
I don't think I do.
Okay.
Not from here.
I can show you them along the way. First one's actually up there. And depending on your jump style, you're either gonna have to go around or you're gonna have to use
No, I remember we were doing that.
Here.
Sniper King and you were doing that together with me and I couldn't get up there. This one. Oh, I can see it up there.
You wanna try again? Or you...
No, I can see it in there. Well, maybe.
You only have one jump? You should have triple jump on.
I think I do. Hang
There
on.
you go.
No,
make it
it's
easier.
just yeah.
You just did it, so you should be able to
No,
make
just
it.
miscued, you
And
know.
then up here.
Miscued again. I'm not very good in jumping. I don't know why, but it's just like one of the greatest weaknesses I have here in Destiny. Caused me many problems in many sections of the game. Okay, so and I have to jump from here to there, all the way.
Can you do it?
No, I don't think so. All the way up.
Try to aim for maybe the bottom part here. Maybe right here or so.
I did actually. That's pretty good.
There you go. And then can you jump up from there?
Directly up.
Yep. Oh. There is a little lip, so you have to go around that a little bit, but yeah. Just watch that little tip right there, because that'll knock you down. So you just have to go around that. But yeah, up above that. Oh well. I won't make you try to get this. I think last time you got frustrated with it too.
No, it's alright. We'll do something else. Let's crack on with that boss, because otherwise we'll be stuck here for quite a while. And yeah, obviously, if I do it offline, then it's alright. But when people are viewing, it can be tedious, just repeating the same thing again and not succeeding.
Yeah,
so
that's fine.
That's the only downside of
you can ignore
grinding
most of these enemies and just continue forward. Oh, I forgot about the ogre. Alright, that's dead. Ooh, heavy ammo. I'll take that. Thank you.
I like this hand
I hear
cannon.
another ogre.
Yeah, really good, This hand cannon's awesome.
Yeah.
I have several, and they work that much better on my hunter character. So I kept about 3 or 4, and I kept sort of trying out different ones in different situations. They all work. I mean, this one worked perfectly, and also the other one is very precise for headshots.
If and when you ever do a raid, we're gonna have to get you a Fatebringer. If you like hand cannons, Fatebringer's
Fatebringer's
the best hand cannon in the game.
Somebody mentioned,
at least.
somebody mentioned the Fatebringer yesterday. Was asking me, have you got that weapon? And I said, no, I don't.
It's from the Vault of Glass raid. So what we're gonna do here right now is clear out everything that is a red bar. If you see a yellow bar enemy, just let them be. Because those are going to be what we're going to trigger the door, and we need to kill them in a very specific order.
Okay.
So do not kill any yellow bar enemies right now.
Oh no.
That is a yellow bar enemy.
No,
okay,
just,
well that's gonna... Well, we can't do it now. That messed it up.
No, it's my fault. Because he, what I understood, he had like a red aura around him, and then he turned out to be with that yellow bar, so my fault really.
Okay, well, that's pointless now. We need to leave.
Okay, so we can't really... do we need to come back again, or what?
Yeah, unfortunately, yes, because since that yellow bar is dead, that messes up the entire way to open the door.
No, that's my fault. Taking the rap for that, so... Nope. Need to jump from here, I think. No.
There you go. You got up. All right.
Hang on, where are you going? Up this way, or the other way?
Yeah, we need to reload the mausoleum.
Right,
Otherwise, he's not going to be there again. Clear out the entranceway. Alright, I'm just going to real quickly dip. Where'd you go? Are you still in the founts?
No, I'm following you. There.
Okay. I'm going to real quickly check in here, see if he spawned again. If he did, cool. If he didn't, then we're not going to be able to do it without reloading the entire dreadnought.
Really? Oh, you can easily go to orbit and come back if need be. So it's not a big deal.
Well, I mean, like, there's other things you want to do, I'm sure. You don't have to just do this. Because you still have to finish that mission, right?
No, that's true, but basically I, frequently kind of follow like one task, one quest, and then if we have the task here to be completed, then we're going down, yeah? Then I kind of prefer to do it.
Well,
doesn't really matter.
Okay.
And I tell you why, because when people review that, they can use this walkthrough and then they learn how to do it. Otherwise, if I'm jumping and skipping, then it's, doesn't provide the same degree of accessibility for reviewing.
That's the arc one. This should be the void one over here. Is the solar one back? If he's not back, then yeah, we need to reload for the dreadnought. Sadly. I think, is he back? Nope, he's dead. Okay, well, that's, nope. That's not gonna work.
No, okay, well, what we'll do is we'll go back in the orbit and we'll come back. That's the easiest thing to do. Oh, hang on a minute. If I do that, are my achievements going to be wiped out? Or not?
You've already explored it. You want to just finish that first before we go to orbit then?
No, but I'm wondering, if I go back to the orbit, I have, obviously one section, Hull Breach Investigated, is complete. And then we have the mausoleum. If I go up in the orbit, will the score of 2350 be erased? Or not?
2350? What, your grimoire?
No. In here. You'll see it now.
Oh.
Just, I mean, that's basically the score for the mission, for the quest. And
it shouldn't be.
Because it is one of those patrol missions, It's not like a usual quest where you would have to replay.
Right, but you're not actually in like a patrol itself. You're just in like a normal quest.
Yeah.
So you should be fine. In worst case, I'll help you kill stuff if it does, which it shouldn't.
No. Okay, so we'll go back to orbit, yeah? We'll do that.
Yep.
And we can get that boss sorted. It's annoying that this error of judgment caused all the hassle.
That's okay. That happens. That's why I told you that not too many people know about that boss there.
That's right.
Because just the slightest thing can mess it all up.
Yeah, that's right. And there we go. Off we go to the Dreadnought. For the benefit of our viewers, we are pursuing this section where we get this secret boss, and due to my error of judgment, we had miscued, or I had miscued the whole thing, and therefore we had to go back to the orbit and relaunch the mission. But this time around, we are going to get it right. Or to be precise, I will get it right. One of those joys of destiny, you learn as you go along.
Yep.
really, the community element in Destiny is quite astonishing. I think probably the best I've ever come across. So many people.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. That
Yeah,
do a lot
very
of that
many
stuff.
people. Do you think a lot of people migrated from the Halo community when they launched Destiny?
Well, it's Bungie, so that's very possible.
This ship certainly takes some getting used to.
It's the same helpful atmosphere present literally throughout. I didn't have one single Destiny veteran coming in with something which would be like rude or nonsensical, you know? And that's really quite distinctly different compared to some other games.
Well, there are still rude, nonsensical people out there, so I'm sure if you go on to Destiny 2, you'll find them, because those people... I mean, you get the people all the time that come in the chat and be like, hey, why aren't you playing D2? What are you doing? You're playing a death game, you know?
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, but
they exist.
I think principally anyone who's been watching the channel, they realise it's a bit more serious approach to gaming, and then principally they can see that other participants are kind of squared away, and I've had maybe half dozen in total who would have come up with some nonsense, and these are people who are sort of with some serious mental problems rather than gamers. Do you know what I mean? So literally not to be concerned about it at all so far.
Okay.
It's been a good experience. Not good, excellent, I'd say. Outstanding for myself. And you know, the trouble is, if you get people who are rude, this is a family-friendly channel, and then you can have complaints and people come and say, well, this, you know, the usual.
Yeah.
And it's heavily modded, so anybody coming up with swear words. There was one community member from Denmark yesterday, and I mean, he wasn't intentionally swearing, but you know, he was just literally carried away. You watched it yesterday, didn't you? He was trying to find that.
I did some of it, yeah.
Yeah, and he couldn't remember where the priest was, and it's just that where the excitement of it takes, then you get some of that, you know. Well.
Mm-hmm.
You could also have a bleep.
I hope that's not Husk of the Pit that just dropped.
No. Bleep, you know?
I don't need another one.
Okay, so let's see, what do we do? I'll just follow you, in fact. We still...
That is Husk of the Pit. Delete this real quick.
So kill him.
So, yeah, it's fine. You can kill anything red bar down here.
Anything red
Red bar
yeah.
meaning just the normal rank and file enemies.
Okay.
Leave my yellow bars alone.
Certainly, sir, shall. This is a diet order!
So let him be. That's
I will let him be.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is the one I wasted earlier.
Okay.
So I remembered.
I'm just trying to kill all the rest of the enemies so we don't have anything else to deal with. Alright, that's that guy. Okay.
He's back there again. Yeah, we'll leave him.
And then there's that one. Yep, okay, so they're all reset. And I believe that's everything that we need to deal with there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to attack these guys and leave them with low health. Do not kill them. Okay?
Okay, we'll just have to leave them as they are.
Leave, take their health bar down, but do not kill them.
Okay.
Just leave them at lower health. So
Okay.
that one's pretty much good there. Don't attack him anymore.
Yeah, he's
We'll
yellow.
go for the next one here. Let's go ahead and make him go down a little bit more. Alright, he's good.
I nearly cracked
And then
another
the last
shot.
one.
I did observe all of your activities, so I didn't really do anything.
Okay. Yeah, he's healing. Okay, I'll let you kill this one when it's time. Alright, so now we need to kill these guys within 5 seconds of each other.
Oh,
All three of them.
which one?
Okay.
Where?
All three.
The yellow
So
ones.
when you're ready...
The yellow
Yes.
ones.
Yes, that's why we left them with low health.
Okay.
If you want to take the one with the solar shield, I'll take the other two down.
Okay, I'll
So
take
the
that
one that you killed the first time? Or at
Wait,
least
so
the one
he's
that
down
you
here,
killed the
isn't
first
he?
time.
Yeah, okay. Go. Yeah.
Alright, mine's down. Alright, mine's down. Kill that one, please, quickly. There you go.
Done.
Was it quick enough? Yes, it was. Okay, cool. Now this door is going to open.
Okay, that's good. We've done that.
Mm-hmm.
You see, that's one of the things I didn't realize with some of the missions, that the sections were done on timing. It had to be done really quickly. And I was doing one section with Tonzak from Australia, and he knew exactly what the timing was. And we've done like probably more than half dozen of these bosses, both public and secret. And it's very important to do it exactly on that timing. I never figured that before, and I kept replaying the whole thing, thinking, why are they not occurring? Why are they not emerging in there? So the reason was obviously I was too slow, or did something, you know, literally at the wrong time in the wrong place.
Right.
Okay, so
Alright, there he is.
that's the boss, yeah?
The Sword of Oryx. There are 2 calcified fragments in this area as well. I don't know if you have them or not. Clearing out the wizards so we don't have to deal with them later.
Okay.
One of them is it this one? Yeah, it's gotta be this one. Straight down here. Up against the wall. If you don't
Oh
see
yeah,
it there,
I
you
can,
probably
yeah,
already
I
grabbed
can
it.
see, the fragment. Oh, well, that's very, very hard to find.
Second one's even harder to find.
Even harder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We'll do it after we kill the boss because
Okay.
it requires that this room be empty and you're not getting shot at. Otherwise, it's gonna be a pain in the butt. All right. Let's see here. Here he is. You see him up there?
Oh, he's up there. Yeah, yeah. I don't have my golden gun though.
That's okay. You doing any damage to him?
Yeah, some, not as much as I would like though. I see.
So if I use my sword, now you can damage him.
Oh, hey. Well, I just used my rockets on him, unfortunately.
Yep. Shit. Oh no. I can't. Nope, I can't. Ah! I gotta waste this now. That's unfortunate. Alright, well.
Where is he?
Okay, his shield's down.
Missed him.
He dodged it.
Yeah, he did.
And his shield's back up. And his shield's back down.
Ah!
Uh-oh. You rocketed yourself in the face. There you
Yeah,
go, you're back up. He's dead.
Yeah, a bit of an overkill. But he is gone. So he's one of the secret bosses in here. I don't think I've done him before. I've done the mission before, but I don't think this boss was there.
Well, this boss isn't even in the mission, it's only in patrol.
I see. So that's the reason I've not seen him before.
Mm-hmm. Now, as for the final calcified fragment, it's going to require some jumping.
No.
So I don't know if you want to try it or not.
No, probably not. Just point me to it.
I'm gonna show you kind of what you need to do here.
Ah! I didn't realize that it was halfway through. It's like a platform.
Yeah.
That emerged in there. And then I'll just have a look from there. Okay, where are you?
It's underneath the this area here.
To go the other way. To see you, I think. Can't see otherwise.
Yeah, I'm right underneath you.
Right underneath, yeah. And if I was to be jumping in there, definitely certain death, because this is a major drop in there, isn't it?
Well, pull out your ghost and you'll be able to see those platforms.
actually. I got my ghost up. But I don't see those platforms.
You don't see any of them?
None.
Where are you? Oh, you're on the other side. This side. Over here. Uh-oh.
Miscued. Boom. Nah, just give it a miss. Because otherwise it's going to be boring for everyone watching, you know.
We shall move on then. But there's a calcified fragment under this bridge.
I'll
via
remember
secret
that.
platforms.
Yep, I'll remember that. And probably the best done offline. Because, you know, the unsuccessful many attempts are hard in people's eyes. So.
Okay. Well, that was the secret boss in here.
We've done a secret boss, and for the benefit of everyone watching, you could see that we basically found that secret boss and neutralized him as part of this sort of mausoleum mission. Thoroughly enjoyable. And we even have to replay it due to my error of judgment, where I wasted one of the yellow barred enemies when I should have done. So.
So what I'm going to do since we're over here, I have a fully charged Argonaut rune, which is the one that you're currently working on, the 4 out of 7 that you have.
Yeah.
And I'll show you where you need to place it, and then you can actually spawn more enemies over here. This is probably something you haven't seen either. So,
Probably not.
in here, there's a small little thing right here. This little thing right here, it should say that you
requires
need to...
charged Agonarch rune.
I have one, so I'm going to place mine in here.
I did try that earlier today, but I didn't have obviously that charged Agonarch rune. And therefore it didn't work.
Okay. So you see I have to step into the void to challenge the Taken?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
I see, so they'll come up here. If you wish to suffer, this is the place. I don't want to suffer, I want to love life, enjoy everything. It's a good message.
The only one suffering will be the Taken.
Yeah. They're quite fast as well. Yeah. Something killed me rather quickly.
I'll get you. Here you go. Oh, or you revised yourself. Okay, never mind. Here, buddy. I just want to hurt you. He's dead. Okay. Now we should be on the next wave. Here it is. Round 2.
Indeed it is.
Alright, I'm gonna trigger it. It's in the middle here.
Massive numbers as well.
Well, it's not meant to be easy.
Yeah.
There's the wizard.
The wizard killed. No. These guys killed me.
I'll get you up. You're up.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh man, I'm losing life really rapidly. That's probably because I'm not running.
And there's another knight, the named knight. He's dead. Okay, kill that wizard in the back too. Hello? Here, wizard, wizard, wizard. I got a present for you.
Yeah, I've hit him like with 3 bullets. Sniper rifle. It's annoying with this hand cannon has very slow reload. I can't do anything
That's one
about
thing why, or one reason why I think you'd like the Fatebringer.
Probably.
It rewards you for accuracy. It has Outlaw and Firefly. So with headshots, you can get faster reloads, and you also get a Firefly explosion, which means enemies will explode on taking shots to the face.
Yeah,
and
that's
dying
definitely
from
of
their
advantage.
precision.
Definitely of advantage.
Oh, that charged it. Cool.
Charged
That actually worked in your
room,
favor.
so we could, yeah, so we can go and well, actually, you did use it already.
Well,
so.
I used mine, however, you still
can use
have
mine.
yours. So,
Yeah, I can use
well,
mine.
no. What you can do is since you have a charged one, you can now pick up the treasure at the end here. This is the final wave, and this is going to be the hardest of them all.
This one.
Yes.
Okay.
I got burned.
Guardian down.
Oh, coming.
I'm up.
Oh, you up? Okay.
Yeah. Oh wow, it spawned me back here. That's weird.
Ah,
The
look
doors
at
are
that.
open.
Good job that you were able to respawn. And, the boss
It's
is
just
here.
the big guy now.
Yeah.
As you do more damage to him, it's going to spawn more waves.
Ah,
Oops.
kill man. Okay. See where he is now.
He's almost down.
He is, yeah. Oh, kill him again.
He's dead.
He's dead indeed, yeah.
Alright, that's everything down.
All
Oh wait,
completed,
something
right?
else. Oh. Well, come here.
Another wave.
Yep.
Another wave. Oops.
It says insert charged Argonaut rune.
Insert charged Argonaut rune. Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we getting from here?
Well, I'm only gonna get certain stuff. Hopefully you get something better because it's your first time doing it.
Oh, look at that. Calcified fragments, moldering shard, and some hating flake, and also some encrypted engrams by the looks of it. Materials. Alright, so we are done and dusted in here, right?
Yep.
So I still have to go back to Mausoleum, and I need to be completing that section. Got 25 or 50.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead out here. And I will not be as trigger happy. I'll let you kill the things because I believe you need to kill enemies in those sections,
no
right?
worries.
Well, no, that's not alright. You need to kill people, and I keep killing things instead of it, so... I'm very quick at killing stuff, so if you need me to back off, just tell me, hey, back off.
No worries. there are many enemies coming at us, you know, so there's no shortage of beasts to be wasted. So that's all good. Let me see where you are. Up there.
So you need to go down underneath me, and then take a left once you exit those things back here.
Yeah.
Take a left, and then another left, and then you're gonna have the hole which you can jump up through again. Up here.
What am I doing in here?
You hit the ceiling there.
Yeah, I did, yeah. Just want to find a section that's got as little ceiling of the ceiling as possible.
You can jump across if that's easier.
Maybe not.
I gotta host like a jumping class for you. How to jump with hunters.
Yeah.
Teach you how to do all that stuff.
Hit the ceiling again. Nah,
There you go.
that was better than the other way. You've been playing Season of the Forge at all? You know, everything on Destiny 2?
A little bit. I've unlocked 3 of the 4 forges so far.
Yeah. Some of the other guys
I haven't done all of them though.
They were sort of grinding it for quite a few hours. I think Captain Jack was doing it for about 12 hours before Christmas, and they said that there was some serious
Well, the forge is a good
grinds.
way to get some good weapons and all. Why am I not able to kill this guy? I don't understand. There we go.
He's dead now.
It was not letting me kill him for some reason.
Well, some of them are quite tough.
Well, it wasn't even about that. It's just his health would go all the way down and then just ping right back up.
Really? Ah, that must be a glitch.
That just has to do with an unfortunate connection. So, oh well.
Are you using Wi-Fi or Ethernet?
I'm using Wi-Fi.
Yeah, on Wi-Fi there could be sometimes problems. During the Christmas break, I was using very, very fast fiber optic, and the upload speed was 40. So that was absolutely astonishing compared to what I've got in here, where the local provider cannot be giving me more than like 1 on upload. And I complained, and you know, it's just the way they've done it in the UK. They're just literally ripping everyone off, you know, with very high fees, and then attempting to prevent people from running servers. And they're just offering, even Virgin, you'll get like 300 downloads and 6 uploads. It's ridiculous. Talked to the guys working our local CX store, and they said, you know, we thought when you've taken it out it was going to be hunky-dory, and just completely wrong. I said, why on earth is like upload 400 and then download 400 and upload 4 or 6 or whatever it was, you know? It's just ridiculously slow and affects the quality stream and everything.
Yeah.
We are number 35 when it comes to the quality of internet overall. Number 35, one of the leading industrial nations, you know, it's just appalling. And in the local area where I live, you get sections where you don't even get 4G signal. You know, you're like on a train, and then suddenly it goes dead, there's no signal at all. Don't know what the reason is. And it's in kind of a urban residential area, you know? Or suburban, I should say.
If you notice, I'm trying to leave him low health for you so you can get the kill.
Yeah, cool. I'm just looking at... Well, yeah, I'm progressing slowly. It's 29. No.
Ah. Okay, you got that one. Cool. Good.
Yeah, I got that one.
I got scared. I thought I killed him by accident.
Well, no harm done. The enemies have got to be destroyed. That's the bottom line. Yeah, this hand cannon's awesome, but it does have this very slow reload, and then sometimes what you get is it keeps reloading several times, you know? Also like in the thick of the action. I'm not really that keen on that. No, this one will do with fire. Golden gun. Oh, he's here.
Let me ask you, have you ever found a worm feeder room or worm singer room or anything like that?
No, I don't think so.
They normally drop from wizards, the worm, oh, I got another Argonaut. Colossus hurts.
Colossus was really down on his health. I don't know. Oh yeah, you've done him. Yeah, we have him. 36 of 50. Alright, that's not too bad. A bit more.
He's using Husk of the Pit. Interesting.
Golden gun, huh?
Uh-oh, I'm gonna end up dying here. Holy crap.
Well, you know what? You're right, actually. I was just hitting this and look at that. He's respawning. That's ridiculous. I've hit him and he was literally down to 1% 3 times. And he, like, his health went up, like he was fully charged, and suddenly he died. So it must be a glitch. Definitely not, I don't think it's to do with internet in here.
It does actually, if it doesn't connect properly, for like, even if it gets disconnected for a little bit, their health will go down, but won't go all the way down. You'll notice you'll get him down to nothing, and he won't die, he won't drop anything. So it needs to register sometimes. So that has to deal with internet.
You think? Hard to tell.
Oh, I know it does. I've been playing long enough to know that.
No, what I mean is that I don't use Wi-Fi on my streams. You know, it's all via connection. So it may be that sometimes. Well, I'm with the former T-Mobile, called EE in the UK nowadays. Generally, they're quite good, but must admit, not particularly good for the streaming. They're good for everything else, but for the streaming, all kinds of problems. And I've complained and asked them, can you please get some of those fibre optic cables here? And it's been just dragging on. Yeah, we'll do it next week, we'll do it in 2 weeks, we'll do it in 2 months, we'll do it in 2 years, you know, the usual nonsense.
How many more do you need for Mausoleum?
12.
Okay. I'm just gonna hang back. See if I can just take pot shots at things for you.
What was this?
Was that the Colossus again?
Must have been, yeah.
I saw another one shooting, I just don't know where he is.
Oh, there.
There he is. I'm gonna see if I can get himself down all the way. I'll let you get the revenge shot on him, he's almost dead.
I want another enemy now. I've got 1 bullet left and now no enemies.
It's over here.
Yeah, I wasted. Literally.
I left the Colossus 1 shot, so you should be able to kill him now.
Where is he? Up here?
Yeah, he's the one.
Oh, he's there.
He's the one who's burnt. Yep, he's dead.
Yeah, I got him. Okay, 41.
Alright, there's that knight again. You should get a charge or a Agronach rune just for killing him. If you didn't get it already.
This one.
Gorith, yeah.
Agronach rune, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I got that.
And that resets it. So now you have another few weeks to do all that again. But you don't need to anymore. You already have the calcite fragment for it.
Oh, I see, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Is it or is it not? It's gone. No, Agronach rune in here, consumable. Oh yeah, it's been fully charged to 7, and now it's gone down to 0. I got it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, all resets.
Tips and tricks.
Yep.
Would have not known otherwise, you know. Couldn't have worked it out by myself.
Alright. Let's continue getting those mausoleum kills. Finish it up.
Yeah, we have 3 to go.
Alright, well there's a Colossus I can leave low down here. Who's low?
Captured a bit. No.
Yeah, one more.
I think so. I think so.
Oh, I had killed him.
No, doesn't matter. Be another one.
There you go.
You know, this this gun I'm using at the moment as my primary, which is Mos Araya 3, slightly underpowered, and I'll just swap it now to Down and Out. Down and Out's really precise, and I kind of like Mos Araya because of this cold style. You feel like you are walking to the Wild West, you know, bang bang, and it's the noise and everything.
If you want the Wild West weapon, that's last word.
Last word, yeah.
You ever seen it or used it?
I've used it on a Warlock. Yeah, this is more powerful. Well, you know, as Hunter, I'm trying like 3 different hand cannons, so it's been good fun. I think this one, Down and Out, is probably the most pertinent, because it really destroys the enemy just with one shot. And, well, depending on the mission, really, you know. Okay, so we are done and dusted in here, so now Hall of Souls needs to be investigated.
Alright, easiest way for Hall of Souls is over here.
Have about half an hour to do that.
Okay, yeah, we can get that done.
My dinner is calling, and then I have a very busy late afternoon stroke evening with, you know, all that's happening over here. So hopefully we'll be able to do that.
I'm glad you got the Archon done, because I was worried about that, because it didn't seem like that first guy knew what he was doing.
No. And, he had completely. I think he just completely miscued it. He was thinking of another mission. It didn't matter really. We sort of strolled around a bit, and it was all good. The only thing was that he got very excited, so he's not square belts, and my mod was attempting to block him, and I don't like if that happens to, you know, some of the regular viewers. Yeah. And he does say on the chat very clearly that, you know, certain words are prohibited and certain kinds of comments.
Yeah, because you're trying to be family friendly, so.
Yeah, of course. Alright, so let's see, where are you?
I'm waiting for you over by the entrance to the Hall of Souls.
Yeah, coming.
Molder shards.
There we are.
So the best way to get enemies to spawn here is actually to do the Court of Oryx.
Oh.
Have you ever done the Court of Orcs?
Yes, many times really with several Destiny veterans. And
Okay.
lots of enemies coming out, and it's quite
It
good
looks like
because
there's someone already over there.
all right, yeah, it looks like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's the brothers. Okay. Need him low for you. There's a knight here if you want to just pop him real quick. He's one shot.
Yeah, yeah, I'll come. A second. Where's he gonna? Up there. Oh no, you can do it. No problem.
Yeah. He's down.
So we have to go up there.
Yeah. I think from here the easiest way would be to go up this way.
Nice, and I messed it up now. Wait a minute.
Spore.
I'm at the wrong place, I think, altogether.
Oh, you want me to come back for you?
No, I'm just trying to work out where to go. They probably would have gone through, right?
Yeah. You want to go that way? Alright.
Doesn't matter, really. Just
We'll
want to
go
find
that
out
way.
where the easiest access will be.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. So how do I go up there from here?
We're gonna have to go around still.
Still around here?
I mean, technically I could reach it from here, but I don't think you can. As a hunter.
That's alright.
So, up this way then. I was trying to have you go the other way, but no big deal. So you hear all that, like, chanting and all?
Yeah.
That's for a special chest that you can actually cheese now with a sword. But before swords were in the game, you actually had to get a specific item in order to get through there. It's a special chest that requires basically a debuff that allows you to take poison damage.
And the chest is up here, is it?
No, it's kind of further away. It's in the mausoleum area, but if we ever find it, all you need is a sword and you can block the poison damage. It doesn't even matter. Do you recognize some of these names?
Yeah, I do.
You see the ritual pulls a relic from the void.
Yeah.
That's the relic you'd need in order to block the poison damage. But it's unnecessary, because like I said, it's easy to just get it without having to
This one there.
do all of this.
This one.
Yeah.
Not necessary, you said. Do I pick it up or not?
Yeah.
I'll pick it
You
up.
can
Yeah?
if you want. Might as well.
No, what
Yeah,
do I
go
do with
ahead.
it? What do I do with it?
Nothing. It's just it'll keep you from getting poison damage. That's all.
I see.
Known as interloper.
Okay.
Anyways, for Court of Orcs, we need to go over here. Ooh, wizard behind you. I'll pick it up.
No, I've gone the wrong way again. Where do you go? Oh, there. Yeah, I can feel that
Okay,
pain in my
here we
neck
are.
because I'm running all the time, you know?
Okay. Oh, we don't need to run now. We're here.
Anytime I'm doing this running for a while, I get neck pain.
Summon through wizards and Kruger. Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to think, maybe I need to re-equip another weapon. And
Alright, do whatever you need to do.
I'll take an answering cord, I think, there.
You attack this
Kruger.
here. Alright, so there's different things you need to do for each one. Ah, the explosion. I was trying not to hit that. Oh well.
No, they got me a
For the wizards, you need to kill them within quick succession of each other, otherwise they regenerate. For the ogre, you need to explode a cursed thrall near him.
I remember that, because I've done that several times with some of the other Destiny veterans, so it's the witches first, right?
Wizards are, yeah, they're already dead.
They're already dead. So what do I need to do with the ogre?
When there's a cursed thrall near him, kill it, and it gets rid of his shield. Well, he died anyways.
Yeah, he died. I killed those exploding dwarves in there, you know, and I think that they might have had some impact on the ogre.
Maybe. Do you have any reciprocal or stolen or antiquated runes?
No. Well, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. Let me just have a look, because I looked in his chest. There was nothing in the chest. And,
Well, the chest is going to be for whoever put the.
I
put
see.
the rune in.
Just for whoever put the rune in.
Occasionally, you might get an extra drop from. I hope he's not trying to do antiquated.
I need to have a look whether I've got any of those runes.
They're going to be in the consumables, I believe.
Yeah, Agonach rune is nil.
Oh, materials, never mind. Sorry, materials. So
Yeah.
Left.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah, I have
multiple antiquated.
stolen rune. I have nil. Well, I have one.
He's doing an antiquated.
Yeah, I have.
This is the hard one. Depending on who it is this week. Breakfast for what's this one? Oh no, he's not doing anything. He's doing the basic. This guy just kill all of his enemies and his shield goes away. Alrighty. There it goes. He's dead.
Lost and found. Search the court. So we've been given another task in here.
You get something.
Oh no! That's completed actually. That's completed. Lost and found is asking me to talk to Petra, but we don't need to do that at the moment. We still have. Oh no, we completed. It's completed actually. Talk to Petra. That means the entire mission has been completed. So that's pretty good.
Good.
Alright, so do you want to still carry on with it, or...?
No. We're here to finish the mission. That's what we wanted to do, so...
Cool.
We're done with it.
Yep, we are done. We are done indeed. We'll go to orbit. That's pretty good, because I thought we were going to be having a longer grind. My dinner...
Well, that's why I told you to come here.
Wait. Yeah, it's a good idea, definitely. Just both me, I've got some messages coming in. I need to respond to that. What's the weather like out there, where you are?
Let's see. Obviously, I haven't been outside yet
Ah.
today.
Is it
I
cold?
basically woke up.
Is
did
it
a couple
cold?
things with that. Maybe not by your definitions. I believe it is somewhat warmer over here. Let's see, it's 55 here right now, so it's not too cold.
What's that in Celsius? About 10? 8?
Let's see if I can change it over. What is it, minus 32, 29. There we go. 13.
Yeah, I thought it was, near 10. That's very warm, yeah. Well, in London we have also temperature between kind of 8 and 13 at the moment, but on the continent it's been very cold. And they had some massive snowstorms in Austria and Germany. Lots of people died really due to avalanches and everything. And the temperature there was like between -5 and -15 day on Friday, I think it was Thursday. in Austria and Slovenia was like really bitterly cold. You really felt that sort of polar air biting. And I think we are getting that in Britain later this week. They said the temperature might be dropping to -5 and then in some areas to -17. But I don't really believe it before I see it.
Wow.
-17 down here, down south, is not an option. You know, that's just maybe like in Snowdonia, Brecon Beacons, and maybe Ben Nevis there in Scotland. They're not down here. We get -10, -10, -12. We did have -7, -8 in the last year. And some snow, but no snow this year. Well, just a bit of it, really. Alright, quest complete. Let's see. Tech Witch's Brooch. The witches were with the Queen in the final moments. The fact that it remains at all intact, I'm going to put all the resources I can muster into the search of my own, and we will see who is more determined, the Taken or the Awoken. Thank you, Guardian. Thank you, madam. We are going to be competing with the enemies and we'll win all of those battles. Turn in. So that is that Tech Witch Brooch. Turn in. That completes the mission and also gives us some extra reputation of 100. So in fact that's... what's that? That means I completed this one. Take them all. Yeah, so that bounty has been completed. That's pretty good.
Good hunting.
Looks like there's another one that you completed there. You just haven't turned it in yet from your bounties thing.
Yes, that's correct. It was not
From
one of
progress
those.
page?
Yeah, it wasn't Petrus. It was one of the other bounties. Well, actually, quite a few. In fact. Oh no, this one. You're right. That's Challenge the Court. Stolen
Before you
Ruin.
turn them in, make sure you have whatever you have on your character, whatever you want to level up, put that on first and then turn them in.
Yeah.
That way you'll get the experience to go to that.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, let me just have a look. I think I'm quite happy with the kit, which is currently on. I always kind of tend to put on the very best kit, but
That also includes your subclass too. If you're trying to level a subclass, you can put that on while you turn in your bounties, and that'll affect them.
oh, I see, as well. Subclass also, yeah. Because the other ones I've not been using at all, so maybe I'll put this subclass on, and then we'll see what happens to it. So that's probably a good way of doing it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise the subclass...
I know you run Golden Gun, but I recommend you put on the Night Stalker one, because that one is really helpful as a hunter.
Really? The reason I use a gunslinger at most times is that I quite like the combined grenade and automatic weapon stroke hand cannon attacks, you know? So two of those together, they work quite well in kind of medium range attacks, and as you said, I mean, it's just a question of really professing and enhancing some of the skills. This one, Night Stalker, I've been using extensively with my Warlock, and also it's a similar hunter subclass in Destiny 2, I think, isn't it?
Night Stalker is going to be unique to the hunter. You're thinking of the Void one, which is the Nova Bomb Warlock, the
I see.
Void Walker, or whatever.
Yeah. Now I'm just mixing up with the similar subclass in Destiny 2, which I was using quite a bit. Don't know what it is called now, off the top of my head. Okay, so that's all good. That's looking nice and cool. I'm just thinking, what is the most area? Yeah, that's all completed. Alright, fine. We'll go back to my bounties and then we'll just cache them. So, Challenge the Court, Stolen Rune. Summon foes with a Stolen Rune and defeat them in under 2 minutes. Thanks to Matthias, I was able to do that. Otherwise, I think this would have been waiting for a little while, maybe until next Christmas. So, we've got Worm Spore, Stolen Rune, Calcified Fragment. We've got all sorts. Lots of rewards, really, with those. They're very rewarding. Then take them all, kill 100 Taken. Let's see, that's also been completed. We have, what's this? Treasure Key and Strange Coin. So that's good. Actually, I've chosen those wisely. And we have Oryx's Horde, defeat 50 Taken. Take that one up in reputation. Strange Coin, Might of Light. Then we have Primary Precision. Get that precision kills using a primary weapon. Also completed. And then the last one, which is the 10 taken majors or ultras, also completed, which is taken hunting. So we are up in reputation, doing quite well. We have crypto archaeology, the level 5. We have Vanguard reputation, level 6. The Crucible reputation is completely zilchar. The reason for that is I'm not doing Crucible, so that's truly and fully embarrassing. But we'll do Crucible and the competitive gameplay at a later stage once all 3 characters are fully built, you know, and then we'll have a different kind of game plan for that. And then we have Future War Cult, level 1. Crotus Bane is level 2, so that's all looking very good. Okay, so let's just have a look at what is ahead of us. And you see all of these are fairly lengthy, and at the moment I will be bringing my broadcast to a close. Because I have a few things to do, and as I said, it's going to be very, very busy late afternoon and evening. So I'd like to thank you for helping, for participating, and indeed for advising me on, you know, all the bits and pieces to do with Destiny. Always appreciate it. Like I said, if you are quite keen, we can do some classes, you know, for the beginners. I'm still working out the plan and the strategy on how these, you know, this can be done and incorporated. There'll be obviously a separate slot. And Sniper King was also very keen on doing some of those. So once I work out the strategy, we'll be able to introduce this through other platforms, and we'll have a lot of fun. You know, a lot of people will be coming in and having a look. I'll have to consider also, well, I've not been streaming the last sort of 4 weeks as extensively, which means the algorithms dropped a bit. So I'm just waiting for a week or two for algorithms to pick up when it comes to the number of people that are coming in at all times. And then I'll consider the strategy, because, you know, doing Destiny is all about learning, and like I said, the community element is absolutely, you know, paramount in here, and a lot of people who are younger players or sort of joining in as the beginners, they can learn from, you know, the gameplay and the streams, and it's been a truly astonishing experience. Really, I'm quite surprised. You know, there were quite a few people texting me and emailing me during the Christmas period asking when you're going to be back on, when is the next stream going to be on. And considering this is a new channel, it's been absolutely astonishing and very rewarding. And, you know, your dance moves have been also very popular, I've seen. Did you see? You should double check the tweets there. People really love that. So, oh, you know, what's this? What kind of moves are there? But obviously they recognize Michael Jackson and the Korean guy. Oh, you've gone. That's because you're literally
I moved by accident. That was my fault.
Yeah. Sekapupu was doing a bit of tutorial a couple of months ago on how to jump not down there, but into the abyss the other way. And then Savant tried it, didn't succeed. It was just Sekapupu just doing it again and again. So that was really, really funny. All right, well, thank you very much for helping out. Thank you for obviously participating and for showing us the ropes. And we are coming to the end of our broadcast for today. I hope everybody enjoyed the gameplay. I had a lot of fun, and indeed it's been a very, very enjoyable Destiny session so far. I'm not sure whether there will be another session later today. As I said, we have a very, very busy day in politics in the UK, and it'll very much depend on whatever outcome we get. But if so, if we are to have another broadcast, it's going to be later tonight. If not, there is going to be another earlier session tomorrow. So on that note, I would wish everyone a very, very good afternoon. And once again, thanks very much, Matthias. Let's catch up soon.
Alrighty.